Assalamu alaikum everybody, this is Mr. Mudathir and this is ICT. In today's lesson we're going to learn file management, unit number 2 on the ICT year 8, file management. Today, the first thing that we're going to learn is that we're going to learn about generic file types. Generic file types. Now, what is a generic file type? A generic file format allow you to save files so that they can be opened on any platform. Any platform. So it's a file type that can be opened. You can save it, and it can be opened on any platform. When I tell you, when you hear the word platform, it means that you can open that file on Windows, on Mac, on Android, or maybe Linux, any sort of operating system. But the term platform is more wide. Yeah. So a generic file type. For every file type we have extensions. For example, images. We have JPEG, we have PNG, we have BMT, and so on, right? But not all of them are generic, meaning not all of them can be opened anywhere on any device on any operating system. So a generic file type is a file format that allows you to save files so that they can be opened on any platform. Now let's read this a little bit. It's a little bit explanatory, but it's not very important. However, if you were asked what is a generic file type, this is going to be your answer. A generic file format allows you to save files so that they can be opened on any platform. The files may not contain all the formatting that can be saved in a package specific format. Using generic formats allows files created on a PC to be read or imported or opened. Imported here means opened. To be read or imported on a Mac, on an Apple Mac. So if you create a file on PC, you can easily open it on an Apple Mac, or the opposite. If you created it using a Mac laptop or a Mac notebook, you can open it. You can easily open it on PC. That's the basic meaning of generic. Some file types, such as those used by Microsoft Office, for example, a spreadsheet, which has the extension of .xlsx, a Word document, which has the extension of .docx, and Access databases that has the extension of .accdb. Those files that are created by Microsoft Office are not generic. It is not always possible to open files from these packages on other platforms. So if you created a spreadsheet using Microsoft Excel, uh, small chance that it cannot be opened on Mac until or unless you download Microsoft Office on an Apple Mac, yeah, or a similar software, yeah. All right. Now let's study the first group that we consider generic file formats. The first group are text files. Text files. Now, those three examples are text files that can be opened on any platform. The first one is comma separated values, which has the extension of .csv. See, whenever we learn a file, a format or a file type, I need you to remember the extension for it and what is it. Okay, two things. What is the extension of that file type, and what does it do, or what is it? What kind of a file it is? Well, it's an image, it's a video, it's a document, it's an audio file. So comma separated values have the extension of .csv, and it's a file type that takes data in the form of tables. This is basically spreadsheets that we use. If we are using Microsoft Office, the spreadsheet is going to be .xlsx. But if we are using a generic file type, .csv, it's going to be an Excel or a spreadsheet, but it can be opened anywhere. Yeah. So what is a comma separated values? This file type takes data in forms of tables that could be used with a spreadsheet or database and saves it in text format, separating data items with commas. Yeah. The next the next text file type is text. Now, text has the extension of .txt. And what is it? It's a text file that has no formatting. It's a text file that is not formatted. And by formatted here, we mean that the text has no text size, text color, text font style, and so on. It's pure text, Pure ABCs. Nothing is there. No text size, no text color, nothing. Yeah. So .txt files, it's a text file that has no formatting. Okay. The last text generic file is rich text format. Now, I want you to remember this because in the IGCSE exam, whatever that they give you a file so that you can work on, it's going to be a rich text format. It's a very common uh, uh, file type that is used on exams, especially online exams, because it can be opened on any device. Yeah. Now, rich text format has the .rtf file extension, and what is it? It's a text file, the same as text. It's a text file or a text file type that saves some of the formatting within the text. Some of the formatting. This one has no formatting. This has some of the formatting. Yeah. Common generic image file types. Now, this is the second group. We're done with text files. Now we're going to go to images. Now, those are the image file types that can be opened anywhere, and we're calling them generics. The first one is graphics interchange format. Graphics interchange format. This one has the extension of .gif or .gif. Uh, Please remember to read the dots here because this is how we do it in the IT world, in technology world. .gif or .gif, whatever you say, it's all right. Okay, so graphics interchange format is a .gif file. This format stores still or moving images. This format stores still or moving images. Either it's just an image that's not moving or an animation, a moving images. Now this is the only image file type that you can store or create moving images. Like the animations that we have on WhatsApp, those are actually .gif files. Yeah, any animation that's sent on the chat, it's a .gif file. By animation, of course, I mean moving images. The second one, this is the most popular image format or image file type. Uh, it's called Joint Photographic Expert Group. Joint Photographic Expert Group. Now this one has two extensions. The first one is .jpg or sometimes a .jpeg, and we pronounce them .jpeg. .jpeg. In real life, everyday's life, in work, we call them .jpeg. You can say .jpeg and .jpg. Yeah. Now this format stores still images only. This format stores still images only. We don't have animation or moving images here. Now, the second one is very interesting because a lot of people would say that this is not an image, but actually it is. Portable document format. If you take the first three letters from each word, the first letter from all the three words, PDF, PDF, portable document format. Now, this is a .pdf file extension. This is a document that has been converted into an image. So when you open a .pdf file, you will see a document in front of you. But it's actually a document that's been converted into an image. Think of it as if I took a screenshot of this screen right now. Let's take a screenshot. Voila. Yeah. Let's go and open that screenshot. I'm going to go to my picture and I'm going to go to screenshots. It could take me a long time to figure where is the screenshot. Yes. So what about this? Is it an image or a document? Let's wait for it to open. Now, when it opens, you're actually going to see a document in front of you, but it's actually a screenshot of a document. Yes, this is a picture, but it actually has text in it, right? Right? But it's actually an image, it's not a document. So PDF is exactly the same thing. It's a document that's been converted into an image. So if someone who's really smart asks you, what is a PDF file type? You can answer with, it's an image file type. It's a document, it was a document, but then it was converted into an image. Now, The next one is portable network graphics, PNG, portable network graphics. These files have a .png file extension, .png. In this, a file format that compresses graphics or images files without any loss of image quality. So if you have a really big clear image and you want to save it, but you don't want it to take a lot of space, you're going to choose .png, .png. All right, how can we control that? How can we choose what kind of a format that we want to save? Let's say that I have an image on any graphic software. I'm going to choose the most common and simple graphic software. Let's say that I have this image, okay, and I want to save it as PNG. So I'm going to choose File, Save As. You're going to see PNG pictures, JPEG, BMP, GIF, and other formats. Now, in some softwares, this may not show up, so you can just press either Save or Save As. It doesn't matter. Press Save. Now, you're going to name the file over here, ABC, ABC. And then you're going to choose the file format from here. Yeah. So I have BMP, BMP again, BMP. Those are three different types, four different types. Now I have JPEG or JPEG. I have GIF. I have TIFF, PNG, and HEIC. Now HEIC is not very common. TIFF is not very common, but the rest is common actually. Yeah. But BMP, all those BMP, they take up a lot of space. Let's save it as PNG and save. It's saying that I already have a file named ABC, so I'm going to write ABC E. Now I have chosen to save my image as a PNG file. Now, what is a PNG again? It's a file format that compresses graphics, images, files without any loss of image quality. Now, when exactly does the compression happens? The compression happens when the minute I click on save. When it's saving it as a file on my hard disk drive, it's actually saving it and compressing it so that it doesn't take a lot of space. Yeah. Now the last image file type is Moving Picture Experts Group Layer 4. Moving Pictures Experts Group Layer 4. These files have a .mp4 file extension. This is actually a video file format, but why is it in the images group? Because it is not a single file format. It's not a single image. It is a multimedia container that is used for storing video files. When you're actually watching the video, you're actually watching a bunch of images that's showing one after one very quickly, right? So that's why they call it container. It's a container that has thousands and thousands of images. The minute you press play, one picture shows after the other very quickly that you think it's a video. And that's how actually all videos work. Yeah. So that's why they put it in the images group, because it's a lot of images that gets played one by one. Yeah, it is a multimedia container. Now, Moving Pictures Expert Group Layer 4, it's a .mp4 file, and it's a multimedia container, and that's about it. Moving on to the audio files that we consider generic, we only have one popular and one very used audio file. Actually, if you open your cell phone right now and play the music, it's going to play this kind of file format. Now, what is this kind of file format? It's Moving Pictures Expert Group Layer 3. Remember that we have the same one, but instead of 3, we have 4, and that is the images that we consider multimedia container. But this one, because it only stores audio, it's Moving Pictures Expert Group Layer 3. The difference is that this one is in images or videos, and this one is an audio file. These files have a .mp3 Moving Pictures 3 .mp3 file extension. It is a compressed file format used for storing audio files. It is a compressed file format used for storing audio files. Yeah. The next group is website authoring. Website authoring. This group has two kind of file format that we use to create web pages. Yeah. Now the first one is called cascading style sheets. Cascading style sheet. This one has the extension of .css, and we're going to learn more about that in year 9 and the IGCSE. It's very easy, it's very nice, it's very fun. .css file extension. This is a style sheet that is saved in cascading style sheet format. It's attached to one or more web pages, often written in HTML. So it's attached to an HTML file to define the page's color scheme, fonts, and so on. You can learn more about this as we go. Cascading style sheet has the extension of .css. It's a style sheet that is saved in a cascading style sheet format, often attached to an HTML file. Hypertext markup language. This doesn't really require proper definition because we learned that in year 5 and 6. These files have a .htm or .html file extension. This text-based language is used to create markup that a web browser will be able to display. A markup, basically a document or a website like this one, that a web browser, this is a web browser, okay? This is actually Microsoft Edge, I think. Is it? Microsoft Edge. Yes, Microsoft Edge. Microsoft Edge is considered a browser. And how can we open a web page? By using any of the browsers that we can get. So HTML is a web page or a text-based language that is used to create markup that a web browser will be able to display. In other definitions, you can say that HTML is a language that we use to create web pages, right? Now the last group is common generic compressed files includes. Now we use those files to combine one or more files and compress them into one file. Yeah, the first one is Rochelle Archive. Rochelle Archive. Rochelle Archive has the extension of .rar, and this is a container that can hold almost any file types. It's a container that can hold almost any file types. Now let me give you a quick example over here so that you have the idea of what exactly are we learning. Let's say that I want to send those 4 files on an email, and those 4 files has the total of 1.33 megabyte. It's written right here down on the left, over the left hand side of the screen, 133. Now if I select 3, it's going to tell me that the files that you selected, 3 items selected, and they have the size of 930. So they combined all the sizes of the files. Now I want to compress all those file types. Now before compressing, they were 1 megabyte and 33, 1.3 megabytes. Now how can I compress this? I'm going to compress this using a zip compression. Yeah, I'm going to right click on them. After I select them, I'm going to right click on any of them, and then I'm going to go to send to, then compressed zip folder, and press. You can give it any name you want and press enter. Now it was the 4 files had the total of 1.33 megabyte. Now I have them in a compressed file that has 1.31, so it saved me 0.02 megabytes. Yeah, instead of sending one by one on an email, I can just compress them and send them as one file with less size. Yeah. Now how to open this? You can view them, double click, you can view them over here. See, I have the 4 files, but they're compressed. I can't open them just like that. I need to extract them first. The program helps us. If I open one of them, it's going to extract them because they are compressed. See, extract. Because they are compressed, I have to extract them in order to open them. So how can I extract this file? I'm going to right click and press. I'm supposed to have extract here somewhere. right here, extract files or extract here. I'm going to go ahead and select extract files and then press OK, and there they are. Now I can open them. Yeah. Now that was Rotel Archive. Rotel Archive, it's actually a Russian designed kind of a compression, but Rotel Archive and ZIP both have the same definition. Rotel Archive has a .rar file extension. It's a container that can hold almost any file type. Zip file, it's a .zip file extension. This is a container that can hold almost any file type. See the same definition. This is a container that can hold almost any file type. This is a container that can hold almost any file type. Yeah, but this one is like designed by Microsoft or whatever, and this one is designed by some Russian person. Let's read about the Russian guy. It is used to reduce the number of bytes needed to save a file, either to save storage space or to reduce transmission time when sent from one device to another. It was developed for Windows by Russian software engineer. His name is Evgeny Roshel or Eugene Roshel. It depends on the pronunciation. Yeah. All right. Now we know a lot about generic file types. If we work at an organization and we have friends or colleagues outside of the country, we don't know whether they're using Windows or Mac, we know exactly what file types to choose. Now, in the next few minutes, we're going to learn a little bit about the interface of Microsoft Windows itself. How can you manage files effectively? Let's start with locate and open stored files. Okay, now in every computer you will have this icon. Let's go to the desktop. This is called a desktop, right? And in most of the desktop you will have this icon over here. It's called this PC. In earlier version of Windows, you have My Computer, right? But in Windows 10, it's called this PC. Now, double click on this PC. From this, you can navigate to any file that you have on your computer. Basically, the three disks that you can see right here, this is called a disk, not a desk, a disk. Yeah? The three disks that you can see over here, this is your hard disk drive. This is the entire hard disk drive divided into disks. Yeah? Let me give you a better clear view of how you can see the hard disk drive. Right click on the start menu and go to disk management. Right click on the start menu and go to disk management. Once it's open, you can see a drawing of your hard disk drive. It's actually connecting to virtual disk services. Let's give it a second. Now you can see here that this is disk 0. This is actually the hard disk drive, the memory to my entire laptop. Yeah, divided into, I have system recovery over here, I have drive C, and this is actually recovery partition. It doesn't have any name because this is an empty space, nobody created a disk on it. And this is drive E. So basically I can use C and E to store all of my files. Yeah, now if you ask me what is this and why does it have one disk, I'm going to tell you that this is my external hard disk drive. External hard disk drive. If I remove it by going to this flash drive icon over here and I click eject, yeah, it's going to disappear, right? The same if you plugged in a flash drive, yeah. But every computer has one hard disk drive, and that hard disk drive is the memory, the entire memory for the computer. Now, if you know where you have saved your file on this PC, it's going to be easy for you to navigate through your files. Now, let's say that you can see like so many folders over here, and someone asked me, what are those folders doing over here? Are they part of the hard disk drive, or they are external things? I'm going to answer with, those folders actually exist inside the C. Everything that you have inside the computer is either in the C or D. And those folders, actually those folders can be found inside here. This is just like a shortcut or a way of showing the files on this PC folder. Yeah. Where can I find those folders? Originally, you can go to C, users. You have to choose your user, the current user that you're working with, which is M. It's supposed to be here. Yeah, I'm using M user. Yeah, so I'm gonna go to M, and I'm gonna find, see, desktop, documents, downloads, favorite, Hassan, links, music, and so on, my pictures. Now, what you see over here is just the way that the computer is showing you shortcuts so that you don't have to go inside C and then click on users and then go here and go there. No, they are already there. Or you can also navigate them from here. Now, if you know where you have saved your file, you can simply just click on any disk and start navigating your files, and then you can find your files very easily using this PC folder. Now over here, this is called the left panel. From the left panel, for example, if I'm inside the drive E and then I have all windows scroll. Now from here, I want to go to C. Instead of going back all the way to this PC, I can just click on C here. Yeah. So we use the left panel to navigate from one folder or one location to another very easily. And this is actually what is explained over here on the book page number 18. Yeah. Now it's explaining to you what you're going to see once you open Microsoft Windows Explorer. If you open a folder from here or open this PC, let's try opening a folder over here. All right. Or if we open this PC, okay, it's going to explain to you what you see in front of you. What exactly do you see in front of you? Now this is where you are. I am in this PC, and this is a search bar. If you can't remember where you saved your file, just write the name of the file over here and it will search the entire hard disk drive. Yeah. Over here you have your disks. It's also giving you the space and the memory that you have for each disk. Now this one, it's showing you that it has 20.6 gigabyte free of 498. So this disk capacity is 498 gigabytes, and I only have 20 GB free. The same over here, it's showing you how much free space do you have out of how much. Yeah, this is the DVD drive or the CD. Yeah. Now we're going to learn a little bit about things that we already studied in uh, primary school. How can you open a file? How can you save a file? Yeah, I'm going to use Microsoft Paint because it's the easiest. How to open a file? Simply click on File and Open. Of course, if you want to open a file, that means it's already been saved on your computer, right? Now you see this dialog over here, open a file. It's actually on the left panel over here. It's showing you that you are on the pictures or on the location over here. Choose a file that you want to open, click on it and then press open, or just double click on the file itself. Double click and it opens the file. Let's assume that I did some editing over here. Let's say that I wrote my name over here. Pardon my handwriting, it's not so good. Now I want to save this file. How to save a file on Microsoft Windows? There's a difference between save and save as. This is very crucial, and I want you to understand this because uh, a lot of people don't understand the difference between save and save as. Yeah. Now, if I press save, I'm only gonna have one picture with the new editing that I did. But if I press save as, I'm gonna have two pictures. Yeah, see, the old one is still there. Using save as, I can have two images. One with the original image, and two, the second one, it's going to be with the editing. Now let's go to my pictures. You can find my pictures on this PC, on the folder named this PC, right here. Now let's look for those two files. Now because I used save as, now I have two images. If you want to keep the original file, use save as. Now this is the original and this is the one that I added. And that's how you save a file on. Now we already know that Windows all the file organization that you have is based on files and folders. Yeah, files and folders. How can I create a new folder? Simply, I would click. If you want to create it on the desktop, then go ahead and click right click. Remember, right click, new folder. I'm gonna save this as tree because in every operating system, all the files are kept in the organization of trees that looks a lot like trees. Now I have a folder here, it's empty, and the folder name is tree. Now I'm gonna go to my pictures, grab my image, the one that I did earlier. I'm gonna cut it out. How can I cut it out? I'm gonna press Ctrl plus X or right click and cut. Yeah, right click and cut or Ctrl plus X. Now I'm gonna go back to uh, tree. No, it's not open. I closed it. Okay, tree, and then press paste. Now when I cut something, it won't be there in the original place. It's gone, right? That's why I use cut because I don't want it to be here. I want to move it from here to here. If you want to show a preview for this file, go ahead and click display item by using large thumbnails. This one, yeah? If you click on view, you'll find even a larger and different kinds, yeah? Now, I want to create a folder inside this folder. Now I have tree folder over here. I want to create a folder inside that folder. New folder, the same. I'm gonna click on an empty space over here and press new folder. Now this one is called tree 2. Yeah. Now, why do they call it tree? Because let me open a new image over here. Because I have the desktop. First of all, this is the desktop. Now inside the desktop, I have tree, which is one folder, and inside tree I have another tree 2, yeah, and then I have a file inside this one. I have the image file, let's call it I, and then inside this file I can have another folder that I can call tree 3. Okay, pardon my handwriting, it's really bad, but you get the gist. That's how they're called tree. Yeah, all right. Okay, now we're going to learn how to create or take a screenshot on a Windows laptop or a Windows desktop. Now there are more than one way actually to do that. I'm gonna open a tool that's called Snipping Tool. All you have to do is on the search bar over here, write Snipping Tool or just SN and it will show up right here. It's called Snipping Tool. Yeah. Now using this tool, I can take a screenshot of all the screen over here or parts of it. Yeah, either all or part of it. I'm going to go ahead and close the paint that I had earlier. All right, now this is the snipping tool. This is the snipping tool. To take a screenshot, all you can do is press new. The screen is going to have this kind of a transparent whitish kind of a look. Now let's say that I want to take a screenshot of the first 3 rows on my desktop. Now I'm going to go ahead and click, drag, specify exactly where do I want to take the screenshot. I can take a screenshot of this or the entire desktop. So let's assume that I want to take a screenshot of this part only. If I'm satisfied, I'll just let go of my finger from the mouse. Go. See? Now I have a screenshot over here using the snipping tool. I can add things, explain them, or maybe highlight something, and then I should press on Save Snip. Again, I can choose whatever file type that I need, PNG or JPG or GIF, whatever you want. Now, we said we're going to choose PNG because the book says it compresses image files to save space, yeah? Let's call it capture or whatever. This is one way of, I'm not going to save it anyways. This is one way of taking a screenshot. Now, the next one is, let me open the on-screen keyboard because we're going to need it. From the search bar, type on, and you'll get the on-screen keyboard over here. Now, whatever I'm going to do on my keyboard, you guys are going to see here. Now, to take a screenshot of this desktop, I'm going to press the Windows logo over here, plus a print screen over here. PRTSCN is short for print screen. Now, this is very quick. Press the Windows button and then press print screen. See, there's some sort of a dim that happened in this in the desktop. Now, how can I find this? I've already taken the screenshot. This is it. Now, how can I open it? Okay, I'm gonna go to the folders over here, or I can click on Start and open folders or documents from here, and then I'm gonna go to Pictures and find screenshots right here. See, now I've successfully taken a screenshot of my desktop using what? The Windows key plus the print screen key. Windows key plus print screen key. Now, you can use the print screen key alone, but you're going to need a software to paste that on. Yeah, I'm going to press print screen right now, only print screen, but then I've taken it and it hasn't been saved anywhere. So if I want that, I'm going to have to open the Paint. It's already there. And then let me minimize the keyboard and then paste here. See? That is if you only use the print screen button. But if you want to quickly take it, press the Windows key button plus the print screen.